Yo, what up, people? Big up to everybody, man, and welcome back to the Timber Banks and Vegeta podcast show. And guys, we're talking about everything football. You all know how we do it. So, big up to Vegeta. How are you, man? How are you, my G? How are you?
Bro, like I said, I can't complain. Good health, got a job, got food. God is good. United haven't lost this weekend.
You
So
know,
I'm keeping it chill.
it is good, man, because uh, what happened? We didn't see you do therapy this time around, man. Oh yeah, you did.
Uh,
You did the following day. I think so. Did you do the therapy? No, you are taking the
no,
piece
no,
at
no, no.
Arsenal. Actually, that's what you did.
Yeah, no. We did. Remember, we reviewed the game.
Yeah.
I think it was on Sunday. I think because we played on the Saturday. And we laughed at Arsenal, like you're saying at the end. So it was a good therapy session for once. Episode number 3. If people haven't watched it on my channel. So it was a good weekend, man. Kaiser Chiefs won 4-0. Man, I can't complain, bro.
Kaiser Chief, man. As for Orlando Pirates, Pirates messed me up, man. Honestly, I was getting ready to I think was he 13,000. And sometimes I don't know. I decided to just stake a bet this time around. I don't know what I was doing. I
Ooh.
decided to put Orlando Pirates on my ticket. Man, it's crazy, man. Like just Orlando Pirates. And the thing is this, it's crazy whereby the money I think was 12,000. I said, let me just add Orlando Pirates to just boost it up. Like it's crazy whereby I'm adding Orlando Pirates to boost it up and they able to mess my ticket, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Hey,
But
man.
yet again, that's what they are. But Vegeta, I've got some good news. I have actually seen it that yes, it's streaming to your uh channel. So big up, man. That's a good one, man. So that's how we did these days now. That's how we start doing it right now. But Vegeta, let's get into the matters of the day because there's a lot to talk about, and we're also going to be doing I'm going to be doing a watch longer after this, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, where do we start? Where do we start from? I think this guy is a better place to start from, whereby we see Eric Ten Hag slamming the media, saying they talk lie, they report lie about the possibility of him getting sacked. You know, he believes he's the man for the job. He believes they've assured him he's the man for the job.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think the truth is somewhere in between. I feel like Eric Ten Hag and his followers are delusional enough to think that United are not looking at other managers. But at the same time, I feel like the media, because I have to remember sometimes, Timber, that I'm a United fan. And
Mhm.
the media hates us, okay? They've always hated us, but for some reason, they seem to have a special hatred for Eric, which I find very funny because when Eric joined the team, he was shaking people's hands, he was talking nicely. And I looked at that and I said, I don't know. I don't remember any of our other managers doing this. And I don't know if it'll work, bro, because the English media are the English media, bro. I mean, look at how they're checking Thomas Tuchel, bro, and he hasn't even started the job at all.
Man,
So if they hate you, I don't think it's gonna change. And I don't know if it's a combination of hating United and the fact that he's a foreign coach, because there seems to be this obsession with the older clubs going back to, I guess, local managers. But I'm just like, if there's no good manager or great manager, not good, we don't want good managers, we want great managers, then it's not our fault that we have to go and hire foreign coaches. Maybe that's what's the best thing right now. And kudos to England for doing that. But as for Eric, Eric is just in his villain arc, bro. He's fighting with the media. I think he's accepted the fact that they hate him and he stopped being nice. This thing happened, I think, even after the FA Cup. No, before the FA Cup game. Because remember,
before.
before the FA Cup, they were saying that, oh, Eric, they talking to Tuchel. And then I feel like Eric almost said, screw this, bro. I'm here. I'm the manager. I'm going to win, which he did at the time. But the problem Eric finds himself in now is that the run of form makes it easy for the media to tell these lies. Because on one side, yes, you've got Eric Ten Hag's fan club who love
Mhm.
Eric. But now there's a bigger fan club, not fan club, but there's a bigger side that doesn't want Eric at the club. And the media knows this, bro. And remember, at the end of the day, The English media cares about one thing and one thing only: selling papers. That's why
Yeah,
even if it's not true, even if it's just a whisper, bro, they will print it as long as it's got Man United, MUFC, because it generates clicks, which generates the money that they need to run their companies. So
true.
Eric, unfortunately, he hasn't helped himself. Even if there's an agenda against Eric Ten Hag, which I think there is. I mean, even Thomas Frank was saying it the one time in his press conference. But at the end of the day, this man is underperforming at the biggest club in this country, having spent just over 600 million, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah,
he's not getting results. So he's making it easy at the end of the day to print these so-called lies. Um, and it's also not helping him the fact that there's other news coming out of other people being spoken to at the same time. So it's not that you might get fired, Eric. It's that they also speaking to people. And he's saying, yeah, I've got assurances. I said, bro, I listened to Sir Jim in the break. He didn't back you, bro.
yeah,
Usually
he did
Sir
not.
Jim says, he's the manager. It's crazy. All that guy said was, look, it's not in my hands. Which
Yeah,
to me sounds like, if you read in between the line, if it was in my hands, you are
he's
fired.
gone.
You are
He's
gone, bro.
gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People say that's backing him, but I'm like, bro, he didn't say Eric is our
Like I'm
manager.
backing him.
He just
He didn't.
said,
He did
dude,
not.
it's not in my hands. Therefore, I can't comment on it. So it's in the middle, Timber. The truth is somewhere in the middle. They are talking to people, but he is the manager. So it's the truth, but it's not the truth. You know?
Okay. Now that comes to the next topic now, guys, because Savvy, they've had talks with Savvy, and they've also included about two, three other names outside Savvy to replace Ten Hag. So now, if Ten Hag believes in his mind that these guys, they back me, this job is mine, do you think these guys will be going out to talk to Savvy? Because those guys, they flew, because as it was reported by what's his name, Chris Wheeler, they
Yeah.
flew down to Barcelona to have discussion with Savvy. And like the article said, it's not just one, I think it was about two, three, four times. So if Tenag believes this job is mine, they've given me the assurance, or I have the assurance, why on earth will somebody that gives you assurance still go ahead, fly down to Spain to go discuss with Savi?
You know what, bro? I put it this way, right? I think, like I said, the truth is somewhere in between. I think they have said to Eric, we're backing you. But at the same time, football is a results business, right? And
Fact.
like I said, the results right now don't look good, right?
Hmm.
And it would be stupid. Think about this, bro. You own Man United. Yes, you've invested in somebody and you have to
Hmm.
back them because you spend
Yeah.
money, bro. Ineos invested 200K or 200 million rather, sorry, in this guy. So they have to back you, bro. You
Yeah.
are what placed the bet on. But at the same time, just like we all pay for insurance, right? You've got your car
Hmm.
insurance, you've got household insurance, you still need to plan for the worst case scenario, because the worst
Fact.
thing that could happen is that we have a bad run of games, but we don't have anybody prepared to step in, whether it's an interim or otherwise. So you still need to have a contingency plan to say, okay, we're backing Eric. In the public, as far as the public knows, Eric is our manager.
Yeah.
But behind us, as businessmen, as football people, this is crap, bro.
Hmm.
If Eric doesn't think this season has been crap and that everything is just fine, he's lying to himself, and the fans are lying to themselves.
Yeah.
And I know that he knows that it's been crap, because if you look at the last game, Timber, once again, what did we do? We changed how we played because
Yeah.
he was trying to save his job. Now,
Hmm.
does a manager who's trying to save their job play the way Eric? I mean, who's safe play the way Eric does? I don't think so. Most of the people who are comfortable in their jobs are playing their football. They're not playing
True.
a brand
True.
of football that's trying to save their jobs. You get what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah.
think Eric is dumb. He just can't say, "Hey guys, they might fire me." But at the same
Hmm.
time, the club also can't come out and say, "Hey guys, we've been talking to Tuchel, we've been talking to Xavi, we flew to Barca.
Hmm.
There's a possible." No, they have to say we are backing him, and
Hmm.
in the background they need to do their job. I think this is a possibility, bro. I just think with the Tuchel thing, they really wanted him. They just couldn't maybe find an agreement for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they were also talking to other people, including Xavi at the time when they were looking at
Mhm.
Tuchel. And with the way the results have been going, maybe they picked up the phone the same way. Todd Bowley always has the phone in the hand for some reason.
Yeah, always.
Whenever
Always.
Chelsea is doing bad, you just see Todd
Always.
there, like. I feel like Ineos is the same, bro. They watching these guys are at every game, guys. Let's be reasonable. And they're
Yeah.
watching this and they're going, you know what? In case we need to break the glass and get somebody in quickly, because the one thing we don't want to end up in is when it's November. I think that's the next international break is in November, and it's been crap. God forbid, touch wood. I don't hope. Like as much as I hate Eric, I don't want that to happen. But God forbid
Mhm.
it happens. And then they're like, you're fired. And then everybody says, cool. All the Eric Ten Hag out people say, yes, he's out. And then everybody else who might have been on the fence says, okay, he's gone. What next? And Ineos says, um, we don't know. How
Yeah.
about we try Root? They can't do that, bro.
Mhm.
If they're gonna choose Root, it has to be from a strategic point of view of saying, you know what, it's terrible that it got here, but we need to act in the best interest of the footballing club. That's all talking to So people, bro, people were saying that, oh, this is old news. They're just referring to after the FA Cup. They're not talking to him. I'm like, guys, do you honestly think no conversations are happening with managers right now?
Like,
Irrespective of who that manager is, bro. Whether you like the manager or don't, you really think Ineos is talking to nobody right now? Really? Okay.
well, one thing they will tell you is this, man. They'll tell you is the media that is trying to, drive that agenda. Because one thing is this. It's just like this thing of Zirkzee as well. They'll tell you it's bullshit, it's crap. But guys, even though it's crap, you also need to sit down and take a look at it because it's not looking good. Because you cannot tell me how, as United have been, you have a manager that is in his third year, at the club, and he has not been able to fine tune, have his first 11, put a style of play down. And Slot came into the league yesterday. Look at him. He just walked into Liverpool. How many players did he sign?
I think he
How
signed like
many?
one. I think he signed like one this
I
past
think it's
window.
only one. Like even the most important person he wanted,
Couldn't get him.
he didn't get him. Zubimendi, he did not get him. But he's doing well. And they will tell you that no, it's club football. He's playing. The teams are playing club football. I say no, man.
He's not
I
playing.
know, I know how club football is. His is different. So if people believe that this article here, it's bullshit, it's crap, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it means that it's either they are deceiving themselves because the result so far has not been good. And you have these guys always there watching the game, watching that crap United do every now and then. But for me, I'm not surprised. I'm not. And you have some people who want to tell you that, yeah, Xavi is a crap coach. He got sacked at Barcelona. Ten Hag beat Xavi. Then they want to bring in Xavi. Now, this is the talks of people whereby they are Ten Hag inners, whereby they don't see anything he does wrong. But one question I will ask them is, Ten Hag also beat Pep Guardiola. Does that mean he's a better manager than Pep Guardiola?
Nah,
It
hell
does
no,
not.
bro.
It does not. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer smashed, like if there's a manager that beat Pep, anytime
Oli,
you know
bro.
that Oli did it. Does that mean Pep Oli was superior manager than him? No.
No.
All these excuses they will keep coming with, yeah, it's the media. Everything is the media. As much as I know, the media want to sell out. They want to sell paper. They want to make money and everything. But yet again, you also want to sit down and just sit down and look, okay, have things really been good at this club? It has not. And that's the honest truth, it has not. So for me, I don't think Xavi will be that bad because Xavi, I watched what Xavi did at Barcelona. Xavi did not have transfer windows by Barcelona as Barcelona. He came there, brought out kids, and he won the
Bro,
league.
from ninth, bro. That guy was ninth when he inherited Barca. He
Yeah,
finished second in his first season. So
in the
when
first
people
season.
say What's the point of sacking the manager right now? Maybe you get a manager who can take you from 10th to 4th and you're in the
Yeah,
Champions League. How about that?
that's what I'm saying. Because like it's only in England or only in your club I hear that crap. It's too early to sack him. Like it's not too early to sack anybody. It is not too early to sack anybody. Madrid have sacked a manager after 4 games, after 6 games. They sacked him. Crystal Palace sacked a manager after 4 games. He lose 4 games in a row. They sacked him. Those are small club acting like a big club. They tell you it's too soon. It's too early to sack him. It's too like if you sack him now, who are you bringing in? Now, Inos are already making the move whereby if you throw the question at me, if you sack Tenak, who are you bringing in? There are two, three, four names already that is there to take over from Tenak. Two, three people that are ready to take over from this guy. Because for me, you guys need to start acting like a top club that you are again. And
The
you have to
fans
start
have
doing
to
it.
also act like
Show
it,
it.
Timber. It's the problem. Like when people say it's too soon, bro. It's too soon to what? To try and win the league.
No, no.
Because we can't speak about future. No, but like let's be honest, we can't speak about future things because I know people say 2 3 years, but what's to say that in 2 3 years Eric Ten Hag wins the league? What about his first 3 years? Because I'm tired of
Yeah.
people saying it's the first year. Even in his first year right now, what about this brand of football, last season's brand of football, and even the first season when he finished third, tells you he's
Mhm.
gonna be consistently performing to a point where he wins the league. He can't beat the big teams. The small teams are also beating him now. So where are you
Mhm.
getting points from? People people were celebrating bloody who did we beat? Brentford.
Yeah,
I'm like, guys,
Brentford.
of course he's gonna win games here and there. He's not so crap that he's gonna lose every game. He's not that bad. But the problem with Eric is that he's not consistently good, bro. And you need to unfortunately be consistently good to even be in the top six. Because I said to people, me personally, I don't know how we beat Fenerbahce. We might, who knows? But beyond that, I don't even know how we finished sixth. And if that's the case,
Mhm.
bro,
Mhm.
what's to say that Ineos are not thinking the same way, bro? And saying,
Yeah.
is this guy going to do the things? And to people who say that Xavi is not a good manager, just because it didn't end well between him and Barcelona, he's now by default a bad manager. No, bro. At least, unlike our club legend, which is painful
Mhm.
to say, he won the league for his club
Yeah.
in the second
He won
season.
the league, and when he was not working fine, the fans they did not even care he was their legend. They want him gone because you have fans that want to win. They didn't look to the fact that I said, okay, this guy used to be our captain, used to be a legend of our club. Let's give him more time. Let's stick with him. Guys, they sacked the guy. They didn't like they sacked him point blank. Whereby at first the guy wanted to resign himself. He said it he was going to leave himself. They begged him, then he changed his mind. But yet again, the board decided at the end of the season and said, no, guys, man, let us look at it, man, this way. This guy said this team is not ready to compete for La Liga. They're not ready to compete for Champions League. What they do? They sacked him and they went out there. Like, if they had allowed him to resign himself, that would have actually been okay. They pleaded with him, then he changed him to stay, only for them to come do what? Sack him. And they went and brought in as a flake. And they've brought in as a flake. And I can see what Barcelona are all about now.
But Madrid is suffering now because they got this guy.
Yeah, yeah. Because one thing is this man, just like me, I've been saying it right now. I don't have that confidence to say, yeah, yes, Vegeta, I am smashing Barcelona come Saturday. No. Like if you give me a 1-1 draw right now or a 0-0 draw right now, I take it. Because those guys are moving in a crazy way, whereby I don't understand. With the same players Xavi had, even less, because Xavi had Cancelo, Xavi had Jao Felix. Those guys are not there anymore.
Mhm.
Sometimes people just need to understand that there's a manager that will be the guy before the guy. Claudio Ranieri at Chelsea. Yes, he doesn't get the credit for what he did because he did a lot. He brought them from relegation. In his first season at the Premiership, he took third. Third, what happened? They still sack him. They sacked him and brought him Murillo. Now, Mourinho came in and won with some few additional players like your Drogba and maybe Joko, I think. He won the Premiership in his first season with the same amount of players that Claudio Ranieri worked with, left when they sacked him. Mourinho came in, added one or two players, and did what? Win his trophy in his first year. Sometimes when I say Ten Hag is not the guy, Ten Hag is the guy before the guy. Now, the same thing is happening at Barcelona. Xavi was sacked. They brought in Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick right now is topping the table in La Liga. Sometimes that is what you need to do as a football club. And as a fans, you need to, like, all this thing of being emotional. Like the way it's
Oh,
going right now,
our
if
fans are
Inos are
so.
not serious, if Inos are not serious, you guys are going to end up like Arsenal. Because Arsenal right
Dude,
now, like that's where you guys are heading to.
I feel like we're there already because did you see the reaction when Sir Alex was let go or the whatever?
Yeah, yeah,
Everything was not logical. People didn't see the business side of what Ineos was doing. It was all sentiment, as if Sir Alex was still going to be coaching us and we're going to somehow win the league.
yeah.
All the articles said was there was money that they can't spend, and Sir Alex wants to. He values his time. He wants
Hmm.
his time back for other things because he's
Yeah.
old, and people still
Hmm.
were emotional. That's the problem, bro. So when you say we're gonna become Arsenal, no, we are Arsenal because Arsenal don't rate a person like Unai who's doing a fantastic job,
Yeah.
but will rate a person. And mind you, Unai has pedigree, bro. He's won stuff, but
What
will rate a
stuffs?
person that, like Arteta just because he's given them back to back second, I suppose, if that's what they
Yeah, man.
celebrated.
And an FA Cup. It's crazy, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Honestly,
And now
it's
people are
crazy.
saying no. Eric was good because he won the Eredivisie. Well, I'm sorry, Xavi won the bloody La Liga, which is a better competition than the
Hmm.
Eredivisie.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if he was successful in a tougher league, why wouldn't he be successful for United?
Fact. Fact. Fact.
The
I
players
like
we
that,
have,
man.
Simba, that's another thing that people ignore. We've for the first time, we've actually got a lot of technically good players on the football, but
Hmm.
we've got a manager that doesn't want to utilize that. People told me Eric was a technical manager. I don't understand, bro. You've got Ericsson playing in the eight. Why?
I
He's a
don't
technical
understand.
player, bro. Kobe Mano, like you said, could easily be doing a Busquets-esque type of a job. But even the destroyer guy won't be used. We don't even use Ugarte. So we don't want the destroyer number six, and we won't play a Michael Carrick type number six. So I don't know
Hmm.
what the problem. Casemiro, who could be shifted into the eight if under a good manager, because he doesn't have
Hmm.
the feet to do the six.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a bad idea now. But I'm like, guys, we've seen Casemiro do number eight stuff very often on the pitch. And if he
Hmm.
has got a nice number six who can do a job, he doesn't have to run up and down. Cool.
Up and down. It doesn't. It doesn't, man.
He's
It does
got
not.
he's got Ahmad, who he's got on the bench every other day.
I
I
don't
don't know why.
understand why.
Technical
Why is
player.
all of a sudden Ahmad is being benched all of a sudden now? All of a
I
sudden,
think Joshua
it's like,
Zirkzee is a very good technical player. Leach is a technical player. De Ligt is a technical player.
mhm.
Mazarawi is a technical player. Bro, most of the team are technically gifted footballers, bro. And yet we're
And
still doing
yet
pace.
you're
We're
not
still doing
utilizing them.
over the head long balls. And that's supposed to win us the league, bro. You've got a mixture of counter-attacking players and a mixture of, well, in my opinion, it's more of your players are technical, and yet you're trying to somehow play both styles at the same time.
Mhm.
It's craziness. So why can't a person like Xavi say, at the very least, because Eric doesn't even have a starting 11. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
He
doesn't.
doesn't. At the very least, we've got enough players to start a starting 11 with technically gifted players. Take
Mhm.
out Onana, bro. Why is that bum still there, bro? I don't give a damn about a few good performances. Bayern Dia, in the few times I've seen him, is what we think Onana is. He's the one who's good with his feet, and he's actually a competent goalkeeper.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The maybe we need a fresh pair of eyes. Like a
Yeah, yeah.
Xavi was a, they always say that the best coaches tended to play in midfield. Most of the best coaches played in
Yeah,
midfield
yeah, yeah.
because they needed to see the entire vision of the pitch, bro. Especially in
Yeah.
the position that Javi played in as the sick. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm right. He played next to Busquets, man.
Yeah.
These guys had to have a whole
Busquets and Iniesta. He played next to Busquets and Iniesta.
bruh.
So say something, man. That should
I
say
mean,
something.
dude, look at Xavi
But
Alonso.
let me just move on, man. Because um, aside the guys now, aside Savi, Sporting, Ruben Amaron and Eddie Tesic,
Yeah,
also came into contention as they want them as well.
yeah.
Though, like me, we discussed this on the last episode
Episode. Yeah,
about the possibility of Amaron going to Manchester City, and he has been linked to Man City. Xavi Alonso has been linked to Man City as well. Then, the one I know with people will not believe is this: Ruud van Nistelrooy has also been shortlisted. Now, when I'm talking about shortlisted, I'm not talking about interim. I'm talking about he has been shortlisted to be given the job as the manager. Now, but what I want to know is this, man, Vegeta.
yeah.
Let's say they decide to sack Ten Hag
Mm,
and they decide to give the job to on interim basis, and they decide to give it to Ruud van Nistelrooy. And on the long run, Ruud van Nistelrooy was able to do really well,
yeah.
like whereby he was smashing teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. He was able to get a late goal winner, maybe 2-1 against Man City. Liverpool, like he did well. Come end of the season, do you think? Because I'm asking you this question now because you are a United fan. I want to ask you that question because I know, like, the reason why I want to ask it is because many people will be telling you right now we don't want Ben Steroid to be given the job.
Mm,
But when he does it on interim basis now, whereby you guys are winning games, whereby you come outside from Old Trafford or come outside from a house whereby you're going to work, you can like eat your hand on it, just like, yes, my team won.
mm.
Do you think end of the season, in your own opinion, do you think they should give him the job permanently? Or they should still go out there to go get their own manager?
So for me, it depends. So there's certain things that he would have to do to have me saying, take the job, right? Because a lot of
Okay.
our fans don't want him because of what happened with Oli. They don't want
Yeah.
to see another manager go down that way. But I feel like the difference is that with Oli, he didn't have people who were fully backing him.
Yeah.
We heard
Yeah.
that in the interview he had plans, and there were certain things that prevented Oli from going that step further. But besides that, Oli also didn't help himself because he never got over the line. You get me? So that's the one thing
Yeah.
that Ten Hag has over Oli. Ten Hag, even if he struggles, he gets over the line in competition,
Hmm.
football, right? So he's got the titles. So I think we need to look at it this way, bro. We've tried the best of the best and we failed. We tried an unknown and we failed. We've got nothing to lose at this point in time. And
Hmm.
we've seen a little bit of what Rude can do at his previous club. And also, I don't think personally when they hired Rude, I don't think why would you not go to Burnley and be a coach, a
Yeah.
manager, and you
Hmm.
came here? Something must have been said to you. You get
Yeah.
me? But now,
Yeah.
as a United fan, okay, Rude, if you want the job, who am I to say you can't take the job, bro? If you do certain things for me, for instance, I don't want to hear this BS talk of you can't make top four. If you get definitively into the top four, that's tick number one. That's just a minimum. Number
Hmm.
two, I want you to know who your best 11 is from the day you are chosen.
True.
I need to see some form of a starting 11 by the end of the season, bro. I can't have seen 22 lineups in your time because then you're just continuing what your predecessor did. You also don't know.
Fact. Fact.
And I don't have the time or the stomach for 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, 3 years. I don't understand where the notion of 3 seasons comes from. Um, so that for me doesn't fly. So by the end of the season, have a starting 11, have an effective, because people always say style of football. I want
Yeah.
results to go with the style of football.
Yeah.
So have an effective. So with the style of football thing, don't lose at home, bro.
Hmm.
Now that sounds impossible. How can you say that? No, bro. Mourinho went unbeaten for 9 years. Only,
Man.
I mean, what's the name? Ten Hag
It's crazy, man. It's
had a
crazy, man.
pretty decent record at home in his first season. So the
Yeah.
unbeaten thing at home, the reason why, bro, Old Trafford used to be a place where people didn't think they could win ever.
Yeah. Hmm.
Even Madrid, when we played them in the Champions League, knew we had to get the job done in Madrid because If we don't finish and we go to OT,
Yeah.
there's a there's a possibility we could lose. And this is
Yeah.
Real Madrid I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Root needs to fix home. Let's forget about other elements. People can't come and feel comfortable at home. If I even
Okay.
see one team, I don't even care, bro, if it's a top six opposition. If we lose, bro, those people better have sweated for that loss, bro. There's
Yeah.
no easy. You came drive by shootout. No, fix home.
Yeah.
After fixing home, bro, and it sounds crazy, but in the same season, win 80 or 75 to 80% of your away games, or at least get a result, because those things are the foundational building blocks of being a champions elect, or at least competing.
Yeah.
Because you
True.
need to keep home very fortified so people can't beat you at home. But equally, because we play people twice, Timber, you need to
Mm-hmm.
go and get results even in the toughest of circumstances. So you need to be able to grind out a nil-nil, a 1-1 at Anfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to maybe steal a 1-0 at the
Win
Emirates.
somewhere.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
So if Rude, because I'm tired, bro. I'm not doing this thing of process, back your manager. That's his audition for me, bro. That's your
Mm-hmm.
you do that. You're not gonna win the league from this point. From this point, in my opinion, I mean, Arsenal themselves look shaky a little bit themselves.
Yeah.
So as United, get into the top four. Show me who your starting 11 is so that I know how you want to play. Because I'm not giving you the crap of if Rude had his players. No, bro. These are the players.
Yeah.
Figure it out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That is crazy, man. Because
Figure it out,
top
bro.
clubs, I think, top club, what they give their manager to succeed at that club is 18 months. 18 months, you don't get the job done, you're sacked. That is what, go and check. Like, take clubs. I make mention of Bayern Munich last episode, Barcelona. If you don't get it on this, no matter who you are gone. 18 months. I don't know where you get this notion of three years. And they'll be telling you, yeah, give him 5 years, he will win the league. So basically, what you are basically saying is that the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City are all of a sudden going to be crap.
In
All of a
those
sudden,
three
they just become
levels.
crap. Then,
Yes.
like I see, they'll tell you that we are getting top four. We're under 10. We are getting top four. We will win,
How?
win. I'm like, so as you
How?
are winning, other teams will be losing because
Exactly.
if you are winning, they are winning. They are also you
Also
will be
going
on
up.
the chasing. You'll be
You,
chasing
you see,
them.
Temba,
Just explain this to me.
do you know how luck is created, bro? Luck is created when you are so prepared that when the opportunity presents itself, you're able to
You take it.
capitalize. It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense that the other teams will suddenly be bad if you don't improve. You have
yeah,
to be good consistently so that if they
yeah.
do fall off, you are there to capitalize. So there's
And
no
we've
point.
seen it.
There's no
We have
point
seen
in
it.
saying we'll come good and we'll catch up. But it's like, dude,
Yeah,
in real time, we're not coming good. In real time, it's win here, draw here, lose here, win here.
yeah.
That's not good. That's why I said,
We have seen it,
Wood,
man. We see it
Wood
with
has to,
Arsenal. Arsenal and Man
yes,
City. Man City is consistent. Arsenal are consistent. Immediately Man City, Arsenal
bro.
fell
Chelsea
through
is
against Aston Villa.
consistent.
Man City took over. And
Yes,
that's how Man City have won the two leagues because Arsenal were not consistent. They were consistent, and Man City also was consistent. They were
yes, yes.
chasing the league,
And
chasing the league.
chasing. And
Immediately
then when
Arsenal
Arsenal dropped,
lost a match, they took over, and that's what you
that's
need.
That's
That's
luck.
what you
That's called
need.
being prepared, bro. It's in everything of life, bro. You can't say I'll eventually beat my peers. No, you have to keep your head down, work,
Yeah.
work, work, so that when your peers take for granted what you're doing and they fall off, you can
Hmm.
capitalize, bro. Because
Yeah, and that's the fact.
opportunities will appear. It's whether you are
Hmm.
ready or not to seize
To
and
take it.
capitalize them.
Yeah.
So that's why I
Yeah.
said if Rude is gonna get the job, and this is his audition, it has to be his audition, bro. They can't tell
Hmm.
us he's going to be the manager. I haven't seen anything from Rude to say give him the management now
Hmm.
immediately. So if they choose Rude, he has to be auditioning, in my opinion. Everybody else, Chavi's won a league.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't watched much of Amarim, but I've heard he's very good as well as the Dortmund guy. These guys have done their own jobs.
Yeah.
They've got careers, they've got portfolios. Rude, just be
Yeah.
consistent, bro. Who knows? Maybe Chelsea's team runs out. Maybe Liverpool not buying players
Hmm.
catches up to them.
Yeah.
Because as people always point out, it is the
Yeah.
beginning. So maybe in the middle of the season,
Mm-hmm.
people realize, oh, maybe we should have signed people. That's where you need to be in the best position, whether it's Ten Hag or it's bloody rude to jump on that, bro. That's why we can't keep saying it's the beginning of the season. We start off slow. No, dude. Momentum has to you have to build it. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't
Yeah.
just wake up and have momentum. Momentum
Mm-hmm.
comes when you are like result, result,
Yeah.
result,
Yeah. Yeah.
result.
Yeah. I
What we
agree, man.
saw
I agree.
at Spurs tells me that we're not going to build up enough momentum to capitalize when the time happens. Because when we're supposed to even get a result, Temba, like 1-1, 0-0,
Mm-hmm.
it's like we just go, nah. And you know what? It's not because the players are throwing the manager under the bus. These guys are trying to play for him, bro. But they look just as confused as the rest of
Yeah.
us who are like, what's the plan? So I think those are good options. And also, guys, we need to be open minded,
Mm-hmm.
okay? We can't keep saying that there is no better man. How are we going to know? The truth is, even if we got Pep, we won't know if Pep works until Pep is in the job. Because Pep might come and
Fact.
flop as good as he is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So we need to try
Yeah. I get
something
your
because
point.
what is happening right now isn't working. I don't know this Amorim guy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know Edin Terzek or whatever his name is. I don't know these guys, bro. But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
trust that Omar Barada and Co will do their due diligence. And if they
Fact.
decide, hey, Eric, it's up. Even if they choose Rude, I'll be like, okay, maybe they
Mm-hmm.
spoke with
Mm-hmm.
Rude before he came,
You back.
and
You back it
and,
up.
and Rude knocked on the door and said, hey guys, I mean, I fought with
Yeah.
him
I'm
the
here.
other day. Look at this nonsense. Are you going to hire me or not?
Yeah, yeah, honestly, because what is that? Like, what I would say about Rudy Venezuela is this, man, and this is something I know some people do not really want to hear when I talk. Yes, it might not be the the plan at first, but for me, like, it makes no sense whereby Rudy Venezuela was ready to take a job like Burnley. Yes, you might call them a Champions League side, a championship side,
Mm.
but people like company coached Burnley. Where is it today? Bayern Munich. We have seen this thing happen. Enzo Maresca, he coached Ipswich. It was Ipswich, yeah. He brought them back from Champions League. What is in Chelsea now? So now the thing is this, man. No, sorry, I'm lying. Leicester City is in Chelsea now.
Yeah.
Now with Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think somewhere they would have had a conversation where they'll be like, dude, you know what? We want you to come in here whereby we are trying to go on with the project. And if this project fails with this manager, you are next in line. And this is why I think he would just say, hold up, let me just leave everything. Burnley, you can just keep your job, give it to somebody else. Yeah, let me just let me just sit here and just wait, watch and see if this guy is gonna flop. And that's why I think, okay, yes, he would have abandoned because I like it doesn't make any sense to me. Whereby he wants to come and be an assistant to somebody. He would rather be alone. He would rather just, okay, I'm the manager here. I call the decision. I make the decision. If it goes well, it's me. If it goes bad, it's me. I think he would rather have that. But I think a promise has been made somewhere along the line which changed his mind. But we're never going to know except they decide to put the plug that they're not doing right now. Now, Vegeta, let's
Mm.
go to what a nice problem to have, whereby you have a player like John Duran, getting upset after being substituted when he scored a goal against Bologna. So now it says as Unai Emery faces battle to keep striker happy amid rival interest. Like it's crazy how like this is a nice problem to have actually,
I
whereby
was
you
about
have
to
to
say, bro, like
striker
as a United fan
find.
who doesn't see goals, bro. I wish my strikers were fighting and were scoring
Man,
goals,
it's
were
crazy,
angry,
man. Like
bro.
it's a very good problem to have. You have two strikers that are banging in the goals. Whereby even one you take him off, he's even upset that man, how you take him in? I'm still in the game. But in just like 2 minutes, Vegeta, like how impressed have you been with Unai Emery?
Well, Arsenal fans will tell you that this is his level, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, being successful in Europe is not good enough for them. I don't know. Um,
Go on.
to be honest, I feel like, and maybe we should all be thankful as United fans that Arsenal decided to ditch him. But I feel like this guy with the right backing, he could have actually been problematic.
We
At the
have
very
money. We have
well,
won the league since.
I feel like Arsenal would have won their first European league, which I don't want to see that. Chelsea and us have fun making
And
fun.
and and he's the one that beat Arsenal out of that he took Arsenal out of the competition
Bro, he beat
because the
us with
competition.
Villarreal, bro. You remember that?
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
he beat us with brother. We
Villarreal.
thought we thought that we had it in the bag because it's Villarreal, bro. And man just showed up and said, "No, this is my competition." And I
It's
think he's
mine.
proven his worth, bro. Because I think people expected him to drop off, like Newcastle did when they joined the Champions League.
Yeah,
They kind of had a dropping off because of the
yeah, yeah,
pressure
yeah,
of you in
yeah,
the
yeah.
league. But
Mm-hmm,
Unai
mm-hmm,
somehow, not somehow, bro. He's a good manager. Let me not even say that.
mm-hmm.
He's found a way to be in the Champions League and try to compete in that competition without compromising his league form, you know.
Yeah,
And it's so sad that we had to celebrate a 0-0 draw, which look, they were terrible against us.
they
I don't
played
want,
Bayern Munich before coming to go and play you guys. They played Bayern Munich,
and we
one
beat
Bayern
them,
Munich.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we celebrated a draw. They were angry at their performance. That tells you where the two teams are at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm,
You see, and I genuinely think that even though Villa isn't a, they are a big team, guys. I feel like we forget that these guys have European competition success. They just
mm-hmm.
haven't been as good in this era, you know.
Yeah.
Um, they're they're up there, bro. We wish. I looked at the table. They're fourth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are those guys? Are the people on their team all of them inherently so much better than us, is or are they just operating in a superior system that gets the most out of them?
I just think he's just manager, man. I just think he's just because for me, I honestly believe, one thing about United fans and people that want Ten Hag in the job. If you talk about Unai Emery, they will tell you that Unai Emery, Ten Hag won Unai Emery. But man, it doesn't. You can beat anybody on
Yeah,
your
but
day. You can beat anybody.
head to head doesn't mean anything at the end of careers because, like you said, at the end of their careers, Oli would have beaten Pep
Pep,
more often
yeah,
than Pep beat Oli, right?
hmm,
But remember that Oli got relegated at his job at Cardiff. I think it was he was at.
yeah, yeah,
He wasn't doing great at his job in, I think it was Mold, whatever the team's
yeah.
called,
Yeah, it was mode.
Molde. Yeah, and he got top four, but with no trophies. So when you look at the overall careers, Pep is still the better manager. So yes, the head
Hmm,
to head might be in the favor of the other person, but
hmm.
when we look at Unai's career and what he's doing in the present again, presently, what is he doing, Timber? He is obviously
Man,
performing consistently enough
consistently.
in the European spots where apparently we want to be, and apparently we would celebrate being, just like Arsenal fans. But he's apparently a bad, and I say apparently because I have to say alleged with United fans
Yeah,
because these things are an indictment on us at the end of the
yeah,
day. Because we're doing something in the last 10 years we weren't used to doing, which is looking up.
yeah, yeah,
We're looking down. Usually we're looking down, we're looking down,
yeah, yeah.
but we almost have to look up. And whether we like it or not, the people above us, including Unai and Villa, whether
Hmm.
Arsenal fans like it or not. And I think this is another thing. It's sad for Arsenal fans because they need to hope and pray that Unai doesn't win a title or two or finish above Arteta with Aston Villa because then it's the man
Man,
that got away. So, for instance, if Villa somehow, by hook and crook, which Chelsea did recently, win the
yeah.
Champions League,
Hmm.
which means you don't have to be the best. Remember, Chelsea won it recently
No,
with
you
two.
don't have to be the best. Like I always say, it's like Champions League football, like cup tournaments. You don't have to be the best team to win it. You can have that club whereby you just have those fixtures, like the one United won against City. Who did they play? Newport. from Newport. They played there in Coventry. From Coventry, they were just playing teams, little teams here
Yeah.
and there. They got to the final. They won it.
So you see what I'm
Champions League,
saying?
Chelsea did the same thing as well. If you meet, you don't need to be the best team. All you just need to just do is just be able to just set your team well and get the
And get a
result.
result and get a result, bro.
That's
And
the thing.
maybe you meet the big team and you do the same thing. So it'll be, it'll be sad, but it'll be funny at the same time. If these
I would
guys
love it,
who are
man.
scoring, because like you said, this is a good headache, bro. Looking
Honestly,
at the
man.
topic we're discussing right now.
Yeah.
This, bro, what is the goal difference actually for Villa? Because this is a problem I really wish I had. The goal difference is 5. So they've scored 15 this season.
man, man.
We've managed to score 7. We
That's
don't
like
we
eight
don't have
goals
a
different.
problem. We don't have a problem whereby Eric has got people pissed at him because, well, he has done the stupid thing of taking off people who are performing, but it's not the people who are scoring goals. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, I think Unai is okay, bro. He's fine. He'll manage these guys. He's not
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
man manager. He will have his talk with these guys, and it's never a bad thing to have competition, bro.
True.
Because I feel like what modern strikers forget was most clubs at some stage had 4 strikers, right? Because we
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
with 2 strikers in each team,
United did. United
you
had
know.
the likes of Luis Saha. They had the likes of Babatov, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo, Nani.
I
Some
mean,
of these
Tevez
guys are
was
sitting
pissed
on the
off,
bench.
bro. Tevez was pissed off. We played Berbatov and he left and he went to City. I mean,
Yeah.
in my opinion, these guys have it easier than those guys because they were competing with 4 other people in their team. And
Hmm.
what it actually did for them was to say, okay, if this player is going to score 1, I'll score 2.
Yeah.
If he scores 2, I'll score a hat trick. And
Yeah.
when you're doing that, bro, that internal competition, as long as it doesn't affect the team chemistry,
Hmm.
is not a bad thing, bro. What is the alternative that Una would have? Ollie Watkins is scoring all of his goals and he doesn't have this guy
Yeah.
scoring. What happens if Ollie gets injured? So
Yeah.
that's the other side you have to look at it from, bro. If Ollie Watkins, God forbid, gets injured, he's still got a guy who's scoring goals. Us
Yeah. And John
right
Duran.
now, let's be honest. Between Garnacho and Hoyland, if one of them gets injured, I,
Man.
we're
Man,
kind of in
honestly,
trouble
man.
because the other guys aren't consistent enough. And are
Hmm.
we going to rely on Rasmus again? I don't think
Hmm.
so.
Keep.
That's the whole reason we bought a second striker. So Unai is in a good situation. He just needs to manage them. I think he's got good people management skills. That's how he was able to get the best out of his teams in Spain. Because if you look at those Spanish teams, bro, they weren't made up of the best of the best. Some people were
Hmm.
actually past their best, and he still
Yeah.
found a
Yeah.
way to maximize those people. So
Yeah.
I just think Unai is proving people wrong who said that he can't make it in this league. Uh,
Yeah.
Aston Villa
Yeah.
was where when he took over? They were good.
16.
He took over from
16.
Steven Gerrard, Stevie G, right?
Gerard, they were 16 on the table. 16. I will
And
never forget 16.
he's currently doing back-to-back Champions League positions currently as
Man,
it stands.
crazy, man.
Apparently,
Crazy.
us third, eighth was good enough. It was part of the process. But
Oh,
this
man.
guy's doing back-to-back Champions Leagues while
With less
competing in the
with
Champions
less money. With less money, man. Don't forget
You
that as
know,
well.
I'm actually interested to see how they beat Bayern. Are they playing today or tomorrow in the Champions League?
No, they played yesterday already. They won 2-0.
Oh,
They are
you
topping
see,
the league.
brother, we barely made it, and this was with the old format, mind you. We
Yeah.
barely, we didn't do anything against what the heck were those teams? Bro, I think we played Bayern Munich, which even in those games we could have beaten them if it wasn't for our goalkeeper. We,
They are topping
bro,
they are topping the Champions League. They are topping it. They've scored 6 goals. They've conceded none. That is what this guy is doing at this club. That is what he's doing at that club. But moving
and
on.
apparently he's still not a good manager, bro. You know what it
I
is,
don't
bro?
mind it. They talk crap. They
Let,
talk
let's
crap.
let's conclude by saying this, right? Maybe hypothetically for Arsenal he wasn't good because that happens, right? Like for instance,
Hmm.
maybe Eric is not good for United, but I don't
Yeah.
think it takes away from him as a manager. Maybe he goes to Inter Milan or AC Milan and he does well
Yeah.
because I don't, and that's the frustrating thing about my manager. I don't think Eric is a crap manager. I just don't
Hmm.
think he's good for our current circumstances. For instance, he wasn't good for Arsenal circumstances, but he took over a team in 16th, like you said, and has
Yeah.
them in the Champions League consistently performing. Most of us
Mhm.
wouldn't even take Ollie Watkins at our club, and look what he's doing with him.
Yeah, they'll tell you. No, they'll tell you it's not fit to. Like this is what I don't understand about fan base, man. Mbuemo, they'll tell you Mbuemo, they don't want to Mbuemo. Mbuemo is not it against Lizano Martinez. He's not doing anything. Like guys, what are we doing here? Who is it then? But
Yeah.
let's move on, man. I don't know how crap is this because I know many people will say this is bullshit. And I asked you a question. I love the way you answered it. You said, he's not regretting coming to United. He's regretting trusting Ten Hag. Please,
Yeah,
can
bro.
you please elaborate, please? Why did you elaborate?
I don't think I don't. Most people still hold our club in prestige. You
Okay.
know, whether guys, even when we're in the dumps, look at the people we've signed. So there is some sort of respect that we still retain. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Zirkzee regrets coming to Man United because is it a bad thing to have Man United on your CV? And like I've said, I think I've said this in past episodes. Everybody wants to be the next guy after Sir
Mm-hmm.
Alex to be successful.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with a Xerxes looking at what Ineos did. Because, guys, again, I want to take us back. We were excited for Omar Barada. We were excited for, what's his name? Dan Ashworth. We were excited for Wilcox because we looked at their CVs and what they've done and we said, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Ten Hag, again, like I said, he also has a decent CV, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like beyond Eric, when Omar and them would have spoken to Xerxes, it must have sounded exciting to say, look, dude, we're doing stuff. We're moving in a way. I mean, we signed bloody Euro off Real Madrid for Pete's sake. So there
Yeah.
must have been evidence there to say that United are trying to move in a direction. And
Mm-hmm.
Eric is going to play a different style from last season because we all said last season was just because of injuries, right? So maybe
Mm-hmm.
all of these things were put before him and he said, cool. Now, there's the reality of your decision of coming to a club, which is you go into training and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not going to benefit how I play football.
Yeah.
And this is, I want to say this, it's speculation, guys. I don't know. I'm not an insider. I'm not there. I'm just saying who realistically would be regretting going to United. I think you regret the circumstances you find yourself in. And who's the cause of those circumstances? Well, in my opinion, it's Eric, right? So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
said he maybe regrets coming to play for this guy. Now, on the other hand, bro, I the truth is somewhere in between, Timber. I've always said this. When it comes to media and United, I don't think Eric, as bad as he is the type of manager to chew somebody out and spit them out immediately. I mean, look at what he did with Anthony. He persisted. He persisted. Xerxes just got you, bro. I don't I don't know, bro. I just feel like right now there's an all-out media war. And maybe I sound like a Ten Hag inner when I say this, but I just feel like there's a war to destabilize us. Because, bro, I promise you, and the opposition fans know this for a fact. If these players click and we are consistently good, that
Mm-hmm.
childhood trauma will come back for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why for me, refortifying Old Trafford is so important because it
Mm-hmm.
will speak to a lot of the issues that people had with us growing up. Being
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unbeatable is not a nice feeling. Can you imagine going to Stamford Bridge when Mourinho was the manager? That
Man,
sounded like it was a
crazy.
horrible time.
It was crazy,
So
man.
so I just
Nine
think this
years.
is just an assault on us. And because Xerxes, which I think is a criticism, hasn't been given enough game time. And I've even said you don't have to sacrifice Hoyland to play Xerxes. Because they're so fundamentally different, you could
Mm-hmm.
actually play the both of them. But as a humble United fan, I've been told I'm wrong. Fair enough. But Xerxes is the player that doesn't see it as the way we see it, guys. He wants to play football. He didn't come to United to not play. And
Yeah.
I understand that Hoyland is currently scoring our goals, right? But I don't think there is no room for this guy on the pitch because you could sacrifice a Bruno Fernandes who's out of form. You could sacrifice take any bro. Our team is crap right now. There's no reason for people like
Everybody are crap. That's what I'm saying. Like
even
everybody's
if
crap.
bro. I even defend people like what's his name Anthony because I'm like you want Anthony to defend his position, but you don't play him, bro.
You don't give him that opportunity to defend his
That
position. I don't
doesn't make
understand.
sense to me, bro. As much as I
Doesn't.
don't rate Anthony, you need a sample size. Just like how people are saying, give you time, Eric, give you
Mm-hmm.
games, Eric, to give you a sample size, Eric, underneath the new regime. This clean slate of everybody's also needs to extend to your players. Play them, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the one assist that we get from Bruno is not good enough from what we've seen this season. Sorry, firstly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I've been saying
really
it, man.
it really
Yeah.
isn't. There still needs to be some sort of dropping of Bruno because just because he showed up in that one moment or game,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it doesn't erase the fact that I saw him not doing good
Not
stuff for
do
us, bro.
anything. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. There
Mm-hmm.
is a place, and I feel like even if this is true, if the truth is somewhere in the middle of the media and maybe Joshua, I think Joshua is frustrated with the lack of game time. Which again,
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a symptom of the modern footballer because, like I said with the Unai Emery situation, dude, there's only two of you. Do you honestly think Hoyland is going to be consistent the whole time? Chill, bro. You'll get your time. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm like, Eric, brother, like extend an olive branch to Xerxes so that he can believe that there is an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Because, bro, one thing that I'm worried about with Hoyland, and maybe it's premature, he's not always fit, bro. This guy has had a couple of injuries since he's been with us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, after Hoyland, who's the striker? It's Xerxes. We didn't buy
Yeah.
a third striker.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, Xerxes, just like with the other guy, he needs to chill, bro. You're not in the age of you. Imagine if Xerxes had to compete with Bebatov, Tevez,
I don't
Oli.
know. Now what are you saying? Babatov is too much. You talk about players like Chicharito. Chicharito, not even
Yes,
Babatov. Chicharito, and then the Xavi
but
Hernandez.
but there was a pecking order. You get what I'm saying? And each one of these guys understood that I need to be prepared at any time because even if Sir Alex doesn't pick me for starting 11, he might call me in the second half. But again, Eric,
Before you go on, but there's a difference with that team because those players knows very well that they are getting game time somewhere else. We might not be getting the game time to keep us fit, to keep us ready on the Premier League, but we are getting the game time in Carabao Cup. We are getting the game time in FA Cup. So these are sometimes you also need players to be ready, prepared, whereby when you put them on, they are ready. You see, like the likes of Anthony right now. Tomorrow you bring Anthony in and he does not show up for it. You want to go in on Anthony. Whereas, when was the last game did he play a football for you? When? That he played and got like look at Ahmad. Like I don't know, all of a sudden Ahmad has been dropped. They don't talk about Ahmad anymore. Now it's Ganacho, Rasmus Hoyland, this thing,
Rashford,
and
bro.
Rashford. And he has been doing this thing. You are overplaying these boys. And this is why Kobe picked up an injury. It will be Ganacho very soon. They have been
But
playing
also,
too many games. And somebody tell me that no, they're not playing too many games. Like Bruno played 48, Kobe played 35. And
but,
he's
but
how
you
how old is he? How
know,
old
oof.
is he? You need to manage all these kids properly. Like I see it at Barcelona, here at Real Madrid. You have Adagule sitting, come on. Brian Diaz, come on. And you get to understand that okay, this manager, rates me, but in hindsight, I look at the people ahead of me. Ah, no, man, they are ahead of me. So I can only just be ready for when my time comes. But we
Yes.
don't get to see that in United because now I sit on the bench every day. FA Cup, Cali Cup, because the manager wants to save his job, he plays the same team.
But
Then
you see,
maybe
but that's why I'm saying we need to have a balanced look at this problem, right? The balanced view, like you're saying, unfortunately, Rasmus is scoring goals, right? So if this was any other manager, I would say, cool, bro. Like, but any other manager wouldn't just give up on Xerxes. You get me? Yes,
no,
Rasmus is
no.
number one, but the challenge to Josh is to say, dude, okay, you don't like the situation. I'm gonna play you in the next game. Take the shirt away from him. But we've seen in this season, even when Eric is rotating, his rotation is a bit shocking because the people you want taken off don't get taken off, and then the people you definitely want on the pitch get taken off. So like you take the in some sort of form and you replace them with out of form players, and
Mm-hmm.
then you leave the out of form players and refuse to try other components, and then on top of that, you play people out of position. Temba, let me give you
Mm-hmm.
examples. Right? We said Mazarawi can play on both sides. Why not play
Yeah.
him on the left and keep the low on the right? Because clearly the low is uncomfortable. Problem number one, right?
I've been saying it, man.
We've said we
I've been
don't have a
saying it.
six, and Casemiro doesn't have legs. You don't play Ugarte. I know there's a list of reasons, but you'd rather force other people in a guy who actually plays that position, right? Ericsson is a
Mm-hmm.
number 10. He's always been a bloody number 10. I've never known Ericsson to be anything but a number 10. And yet we say
I
that there's
don't. I've been
nobody
saying it, man. I've been saying it, and they want to argue with me. Like I've never seen him play
at
anywhere
Tottenham
else
was
than
a
the
number
number
10,
10.
bro. At
He's number
Brentford,
10.
he was the number 10. Uh,
Yeah.
So if
Inter
Bruno
Milan, he
is
was
number
number 10 at Inter
10,
Milan as well.
why can't he be the number 10? Oh, but nobody else can do what Bruno does.
Ha.
I want
Come
to
on.
swear so much.
Ericsson played for Inter Milan like an ethic, like he played for Inter Milan, and you think he cannot play 90 minutes in United? Use play him to his strength. He will do it the job. He will do it.
But
He
even
will do
Temba,
the job.
even if you don't want to pay 90 minutes, why is he not good enough for the first 75? Because Eric doesn't
Yeah.
make changes within the first 60 to 70 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
You can't say that, bro. So you put him because you want some. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is. You put him into number 8, and he then gets overrun because he's not number 8. Apparently, we're
Mm-hmm.
finding out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Joshua is the second striker, guys. Right? And
Yeah.
I know somebody in my chat said he made the mistake of saying he's a 9.5. I think what he meant to say was, "I'm Olivier Giroud, bro. I'm a second striker. You play off me, right?"
Yeah.
But because we didn't buy another person for Rasmus's role, because guys, no matter how good Rasmus is gonna suffer playing that striker role alone. You actually need another like for like person for him to take
True.
his position and play it. Because Xerxes is not that. If anything, Xerxes is who you play behind Rasmus. Because you say,
Mm-hmm.
Rasmus, your job is to be in the box. That's your area. You don't want to drop deep, which is what Josh will do. Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
drop deep. You sacrifice either a center midfielder or a winger to play Josh as a second striker. But
Yeah.
Eric will never do that. We can all agree.
I know. It
Another
will
problem
never.
is you've got two left wingers and you've got two right wingers, and yet we play two left wingers every game. My guy, you've got Ahmad and Anthony who are naturally right wingers. You've got Ganacho and Rashford. Somebody has to sit on the bench, my guy. Unfortunately,
Honestly, man.
you can't try to
Honestly.
make everybody happy, bro. Because what has happened sometimes is you've got I mean, not Bruno, Rashford who plays well, and then you bench him the next game to play
It
Ganacho.
doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Or you could just balance them out by saying you are the cup guy, you are the league guy, and in those competitions, I'll substitute the one for the other. They can do
Mm-hmm.
that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you
And
would
that's what
rather sacrifice
Enzo
your
Maresca
right
did it.
winger.
Enzo
Yeah,
Maresca, he did it at
yeah,
Chelsea. He has his team that plays in Premier League. He has his team that plays in
and
the
everybody gets
Conference
game
League, and
time.
he
And
does not overchange it. Like he does not, because on a good day, we all can agree that Nkuku is a better player than Nicolas Jackson. But he has like said, okay, this will be my team for this year. This will be my team for year, and he's keeping to it, and he's getting the result
because
because
this
the ones, yeah,
bro,
the ones in Conference League, they are getting their winning and doing everything. The ones in Premiership doing the best they can. But this man will play the same team here, the same team here, the same, and you want to call on people like your Anthony to come and play football when he gets to his turn, then you expect him to do extremely well. It's never
because,
going to happen.
because that other thing besides Josh, bro, apparently Ajax are looking at Anthony. And look, again, I'm not Anthony's biggest fan, but I'm like, is it fair though? Eric, is it fair, bro?
Is he which team? Is it Newcastle? I
No,
think
no,
Newcastle
no.
are looking
Ajax.
at Anthony. Ah
Ajax,
yes.
Ajax is also looking at a possibility. I don't know
Yeah,
how
even
real it is.
Newcastle are looking at him as well. Newcastle are looking at Anthony as well.
So
And
as
there's a
much as we've been
possibility he can go
rotating,
on loan in January.
that's why I'm
There is a
like, for
possibility.
me, the thing is, bro, you need to figure out what you want to do and who you want to do it with, and everybody else has to jump on board. The biggest issue I've had with United is that sometimes we've had okay starting 11s, but the bench has been crap. But at least we had
Mm-hmm.
a starting 11. You get me? So the problem I had was that the starting 11 will be good, and then we try to rotate, and the level drops off. But
Yeah.
like it's like we don't even have a starting 11. We've got like a Frankenstein mishmash of a team every game. It's like the A team and the B team are
Mm-hmm.
merging. And when we say Una's got a good headache, you have to
Yeah.
have the headache of people want to play, but you are still the manager. The decision still rests with you, bro. You should
Yeah.
still be able to manage people's expectation to say, well, Ronaldo is the better player, so I'm playing Ronaldo.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
know you scored two goals, but Ronaldo scored two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there needs to still be that level of, and even when were good, Timber, this is the one thing that actually kills me about people. When we did squad rotation, it wasn't extreme, bro. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
There were still core players because you can't radically change a team every game because
Mm-hmm.
that takes away from building up team chemistry. How is Joshua going to learn how to play with his fellow United players
Mm-hmm.
if he doesn't get to play with them? Because the grace we gave Rasmus last year was he's still new. He needs to
Yeah.
adapt to his players and he still needs to adapt to this league. Joshua
Yeah.
needs the same grace to say that Joshua's got a certain way of playing. And I know this because Berbatov said this in an interview. He said, dude, when I started playing with Nani, I didn't understand it, bro. I would run into
Mm-hmm.
the box, man is doing chops. But eventually I had to learn, okay, Nani's gonna do this, then I
Mm-hmm.
can chill. When he does
Yeah.
this, I'm in the box.
Mm-hmm.
The players and Rasmus need to understand, not Rasmus, Zirkzee need to get to a point where we understand the kid's game, bro. And you can't get that without games. The media must also just throw themselves out with the rubbish bin with these stories, bro. Because again, if Ineos is gonna stick with bloody Eric, how are they gonna just throw away Xerxes so quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember Sir Jim himself saying we're gonna give people 2 seasons, and if they don't perform, has it been 2 seasons? The media
Not
also
yet.
must look at themselves, bro, and be like, come on, like who are you fooling here? You trying to sell papers, bro? Let's be honest.
Honestly. Well, let's move on, man. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Vita. We are seeing what is happening to Arsenal because one thing is this, man. Um, the way for me, the way Arsenal are playing football right now, I don't even think they like the you can say they are sure of getting top four. The way they are playing right now and the kind of injuries they are having, like if the way they play right now continues, I don't think you can say yes, Arsenal right, it's Arsenal will get top four. Honestly,
Mm, I think you know what I want to agree with you, but we need to chill, and I want to speak to Arsenal fans specifically, bro, because the meltdown. I don't know if you saw my stream where we
yeah, I
reacted
saw.
to Arsenal fans.
Yeah, I saw.
Like people were saying the season's over, we're gonna win nothing. I'll see you next season, guys. One lost. You see. This is why I say fans also need to change with their clubs. That fragility. And the same fans will turn around and say that their club has got fragile players. You guys lost
Mm-hmm,
one game, and the world is over. Yes, you won't win the league because
mm-hmm.
that illness is gonna pass on to your players. Your players are gonna feel your nervousness, especially in this modern day age where people watch YouTube and
Yeah,
X.
yeah,
And
true.
they're going to see your meltdown and you saying it's over. And if you think this thing doesn't play on their minds, oh, okay. So the first one, Arsenal, forget about the league, okay? And if you're not winning the league, forget about Arteta. If you are
Mm-hmm,
serious, but I know you're not serious, Arsenal, because you guys enjoy coming second. Second is your
mm-hmm.
favorite position. It's
Yeah.
what you live for. The fact that you can look down at Tottenham and United and say we finished second is what you guys live for. So it's fine. You won't win the league. Now, top four is a little bit different. I understand that they've also been a bit shaky, but I still think they're still good enough that Arteta should still get them top four.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't even get top four this season, well, it just proves what I've said about this guy, that he was never the guy. He's never gonna be the guy because you can't keep
Oh,
wanting to be the
you
bright
you you
thing.
you also said it because when I say it, people think I'm stupid or I'm crazy because I
He's
say it
not.
always. He's not the guy. He's the guy before the guy. He's
One
also
FA
in
Cup
the
though.
same thing. Only one FA
One
Cup,
with
and
the
the FA
with
Cup he
players
won.
that
with
were
Fabun
Unai.
Emery. Yeah,
You
Fabun
can't
Emery.
get your players who want to play for you to win a Carabao Cup. I'm not even asking you to win the league. A Carabao Cup. And don't Arsenal fans mustn't tell me it's a bloody energy drink. You can't even have the energy to win that energy drink, okay? You don't have the energy, bro. You can't even lift that energy drink cup. You can't compete for an FA Cup, bro.
Yeah.
You guys are becoming Tottenham in the sense that you are enjoying victories against your rivals rather than victories that are actually important to your club.
Hmm.
It's more important that you finish higher than Tottenham Hotspurs, who have no trophy cabinet to speak of, than it
Hmm.
is for you to fill
To
your
win.
own trophy cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That's the
don't know about
thing.
top four, but I'm still not convinced that they are the guys to stop City. And I'm also a
Honestly.
little bit worried about Liverpool for all the good that Liverpool has done, guys. Even when they played us, I said these guys are not good. We threw the game by shooting ourselves in the foot, bro. At
Hmm.
some stage, something's gonna unravel at Liverpool. Don't
Even
remember this.
Chelsea were better than the Liverpool men. Chelsea
Yes,
before Liverpool got that penalty, Chelsea had the penalty.
Chelsea's
That foul
problem in
on
that
Sancho.
game was bloody
No.
Sanchez and his defense, bro. But I think I blame more
Sanchez was crazy,
Sanchez
man.
because
No, it's Sanchez.
if your goalkeeper is crap, how are you gonna be comfortable as centre backs, bro? Let's be honest.
It's
So
crazy,
that's
man.
Sanchez, guys. He was doing back passes. That's Chelsea's biggest problem. But coming back to Arsenal, Arsenal has got an issue of recruiting for one position all the time. I don't know how many goalkeepers Arteta thinks he needs at this point. He keeps
He
buying them,
he wants to
and
do the pep stuff now. He wants to
I
do the
don't know
pep
what
stuff.
beef he has with strikers, bro, because he's clearly allergic to buying strikers.
I
Because
don't know,
all
man.
this money they kept spending on bloody goalkeepers. Because let's be honest, was Emi Martinez so bad you had to go and buy the next guy and the next guy and the next? Emi Martinez is a World Cup winning goalkeeper now. So
Best
that
keeper.
tells you everything you need to know about that call. Leno is doing very well for me, in my opinion, at Fulham. Right? He put Fulham, if I'm not mistaken, Leno.
Hmm.
And Ramsdale's at Southampton. Ateta, you
This
need to stop this thing of
I thought I
goalkeepers.
think it's Pep Guardiola. He think it's Pep. He
Your
think it's Pep.
club, your club needed a right back, an actual right back, not these center backs that you put in right back
Ben White.
and Tomiyasu. Those guys are not right backs, bro.
Oh, come
You
on.
needed an extra striker. You saw the price tag on Victor. Your what is his name? Victor, the guy
Yeah,
from
Gyökeres.
Socceroos. Yes, and you panicked. No, dude. You do what big clubs do, and you say, "Oh, 100 million. There you go."
100
If you
million.
really want to win the
Like
league,
if you're able to pay, if you're able to pay 65 million pounds for Kai Havertz, what stops
pay
you from
100,
getting
bro.
Kai Havertz? 65 million
Pay the
pounds
100 million, bro.
and get
Pay
a
the release
striker.
clause. I'm not saying I'm a United fan. I'm not saying I want this to happen. Thank you, Arsenal. Continue as you are. Be crap. But as an outside person looking in, I'm like, guys, Arteta fans are just as bad as Ten Hag in fans. I'm like, guys, you guys really are happy with just second and no nothing, because these guys convinced themselves they had a better season than us just because they finished
Hmm.
second. Hey, dude,
Hmm.
we won a league. We won a cup. Okay,
They
as
don't know.
crap as we were, people can point to our season and say we won something.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to give a damn. You finished the first
yeah.
losers in our
No, man, no.
unfortunately. That's all you did. So, and this is why I said to people, if Arteta doesn't win the league this season,
Hmm.
there is no justification for keeping him. Oh, but
Honestly,
he's competing, dude. At some stage,
competing.
he needs to take this investment that Edu has put in him and do something
Yeah,
with it. Because
yeah.
unlike Unai Emery, he's been backed. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
they got rid of
Hmm.
the problematic people. He got his young players
Aubameyang and Ozi
who love
got
him.
them out.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man.
And Arsenal fans mustn't they must seize the opportunity they have now, because unlike us, it's not a huge rebuild. You've got players who are doing well. Get the manager, even like a Xavi, right? Because United fans say Xavi is not good enough.
Hmm.
Arsenal have also have technical players who can play on the ball. I don't want to say
Hmm.
technical because some of them are a bit,
Hmm.
but they've got players who I think Xavi could work with. Uh, Sh-
Yeah.
Barcelona Xavi, not Xavi, not Xavi.
Mm,
Go
mm.
get Xavi, bro. He plays a brand of football that is familiar with your club. He might win you a league. Who knows?
Yeah.
But until then, all Arsenal are gonna be, bro. After they lost, the first, I think the first one where they had like 10 games and then City caught up, I said, nah, these guys are not serious, bro. These are not serious,
It's
bro.
crazy. I've been saying, man, I said it twice that Arsenal will not win the league because when you look at them, sometimes people get to forget that sometimes it's not just your first 11 alone that wins you the league. When United and Chelsea were winning the league, they had bad boys on the bench. United had the likes of Tevez, Luis
Yeah,
Saha
yeah.
sitting on the bench, Nani sitting on the bench. Chelsea had the likes of many players, probably like Joko, Kezman, Mutu came in. They can thereby, if the first 11 is not doing it, I can come from the bench and do a job. But yet again, you will never see it because Ateta is busy and Ateta and Edu are busy
Uh,
buying
Rubbish,
crap.
bro. Rubbish.
Now let's move on to the last topic, guys.
The real
Madrid.
reason Mark came here was to talk about this topic.
Yeah, Real Madrid. Honestly, man, Rita, what is your assessment on Madrid so far, man?
Uh, I think people in world football will be screaming at me for saying this, but I think Mbappe was not the move for Real Madrid.
I said it as well.
Don't think, as good as of a player he is, you guys were better off knocking on City's doors and speaking to Haaland.
Alvarez.
No, Haaland.
Alan, yeah, Alan. No, even I would have taken Alvarez over,
Oh,
but
Alvarez, you know? Yeah.
yeah,
Because let's say you want to take, if you want a footballer who also happens to be a striker, then yes, Alvarez. I mean, how much did Atletico pay for him?
it's 90 million. Yeah, it's
Come
90
on.
million.
You guys have paid similar money before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the number one problem. Number two, I feel like Don Carlos good,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like you almost need a different manager for the players you have.
Now, yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
to be honest,
I agree.
you
I
need a
agree.
refresh because as much as I love the way Don Carlo manages in the sense that he doesn't overcomplicate things, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you still. This is why I've said to people, I feel like these younger managers are winning because of their youth to a degree. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the successful guys besides Pep right now are young. If you look at it, Xavi Alonso, all of these
Mm-hmm.
guys are young, bro. Almost like a Julian, bro. You guys have pretty good players, bro. For
Yeah.
the first time, you could get a technical manager and it would work, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you don't just have hope and pray, pace and power
Yeah.
people. You've
Yeah.
got people who are good on the ball. Yeah,
No,
I
what
just think you
I
need to
believe,
refresh.
I just believe that because one thing I know is that I believe they are waiting to get Xavi Alonso. I think Xavi Alonso is the guy coming to Madrid, and they want him his contract at what's it called at Xavi
Leverkusen.
at Bayer Leverkusen to run off. Then he comes in because
Isn't
I honestly think that is the guy that is coming to Madrid next. He's the
Yeah,
guy that's
man.
coming to Madrid next.
I think. Look, I don't think you guys will be so bad that you'll drop. Or I think you'll still be in the top four, top two ish.
Hmm.
But even that is tough to call now because
Honestly, man, it's tough to call.
uh,
I'm not impressed
Hansi
with what
Flick
they're
is going to
playing.
put you guys to the league. I'm going to say that. I'm going to call that now. Flick is going to win the league. I
Hmm.
think. Champions League is also looking a bit shaky. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. With this new format doesn't actually favor you guys because
Yeah, this
with the old
just
one,
that. Yeah,
with
that
the
one you
old
can
one,
come
you
aside
just
from
got
your
through the
group.
group stages and then you
Hmm.
kind of took it game by game with the knockouts.
Yeah.
This is a full blown league now.
Hmm.
So you have to be consistent in your normal league and in a
Hmm.
league in
Hmm.
Europe.
Yeah.
So it's not looking. I mean, look, the score line says 5-2, which people would think, oh, what are we talking about? But it's like you almost doing the United thing where people have to slap you before you wake up. With the difference,
Yeah.
with the difference being that you guys can actually score goals
Yeah.
because Vinny scored 4 goals or 5, I believe.
No, no, he scored three.
Four,
He
four,
scored
four,
three.
four. He scored.
Rudiger scored one. Who scored again?
No, I swear,
No,
who scored your
who
goals?
scored?
No,
And Lucas Vasquez. Vasquez scored one.
yes,
Yeah.
okay. But my point is, you got good enough players that you won't struggle, bro. Like you won't,
Hmm.
it won't be the end of the world. But it doesn't feel comfortable for you guys because last season it actually was the opposite. You guys were looking pretty good,
Hmm.
consistent.
Yeah.
Barcelona were the ones who were again. People mustn't get it twisted. As much as they got rid of Xavi, it wasn't so bad because they're in the Champions League now. I believe,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So you're gonna be there and thereabouts, but for the club of Royal White, there and thereabouts is not good enough.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
almost wonder when Don Carlo was speaking to Brazil, maybe he should have gone, bro. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't know why.
end on
And
a
the job
high
is still
note.
there. The job is still there, though. He's still there.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna go. I think
like
he's
he
gonna go
should
to
have just ended
To
it on a
Brazil.
high note by winning the Champions League and saying, "Cool, guys," and then it forces Madrid to either buy Javi out of his contract or to look at somebody else. I don't know, but I think
Yeah,
you need a refresh in the coaching, in the training. I feel like
yeah,
these young players, because you've got
I
a lot of
agree.
people who are still hungry, bro. Like the reason why Mbappe joined your Jude Bellingham's is because they want that success that comes with Madrid,
Hmm.
and they're still young enough to want to play competitively. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I feel like that's what Barcelona are getting in Flick. Flick has got
Hmm.
he seems to inspire them. They seem
Hmm. Hmm.
hungry. They seem, bro. We're seeing the same players that we were saying are not good enough.
Yeah,
That's that's a bit crazy. Jude is gonna be
yeah.
the next.
I don't
That's
mind him. He's taking a piece, man. Taking
that's
a
a bit
piece,
crazy.
man.
That's a bit crazy. I feel like, look, it's disrespectful to Bruno as well to a degree because Bruno hasn't always been crap. He almost carried us in certain seasons. I don't like that statement.
He carried because of the manager was playing to his strength. The manager knows what you can expect, what you can get from him. Because sometimes one thing is about, like I would say it here. Ten Hag, yes, won titles. But I don't think Ten Hag's football was better than Ole. At least you can sense it. You can tell that, okay, this is what we are doing. We are playing counter attacking. And one thing is that it's not bad. That was what Mourinho did. In his first season, Mourinho played counter attacking football. How many goals did Mourinho consider in his first season? 15 goals. All competition, 15 goals. A whole season. He conceded only 15 goals. They knew him. He's a counter-attacking manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did it. He scored goals, many goals. I've not seen Ten Hag smash the team 6-0, aside when they played Barney and friends. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was busy smashing some people 6-2, smashing City, smashing Southampton 9-1, be 9-0. He did it. It worked. But at least they had a pattern. Now, coming to Real Madrid, man, what you said, I honestly agree with you because it's something I've been saying. I'm not saying he's a crap manager or get rid of him. I'm not saying so. What I'm trying to say is that I think the team have technical players, and with a manager like Xavi Alonso, I think that team will play another brand of football. Like they will ball, man. Honestly,
Mm.
they will ball. So this is why I think I would want him to take the Brazil job so that Xavi can just make a space for Xavi Alonso, man. Because I want Xavi Alonso to come to United. If he will not come, just that this guy is in a job, Nagelsmann is in a job. I would want Xavi Alonso or what's his name? Amorim. Because I know this guy is in a job and I don't think he will leave anytime soon. I don't think so. But
But
I
you
want
know,
Xavi Alonso.
sometimes as clubs now, sometimes look, especially when you're in Real Madrid's position, Real Madrid is not going to be in relegation form or whatever. Speak to them. If you can't get them now, make an arrangement where you say, look, Carlo, you've got until the end of the season unless something goes very, very bad. You've got
Hmm.
until the end of the season. Try to finish as good as possible for your own sake. Um, you've won us the Champions League. It is what it is, bro. It's just
Yeah.
business. It's just business. And then you go speak to Xavi and his club or to Nagelsmann or to whoever you want to take out of a job and say, dude, we've got a job. We know we're in the middle of the season, so we're not going to ask you to come now. Are you happy to come at the end of the season? If they say yes, you go speak to the club and say, guys, how much do you want? Sometimes we've got this thing of we need to get the manager now. Maybe in circumstances like ours, where it's extreme, where you're in 14th, 15th, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bit different. But when you're in like an Arsenal who are third or Madrid, you can afford to say, look, we tried, you're not working, you've got until the end of the season, bye bye.
Yeah.
Next person, come at the end. You can announce it however you want. We can speak to your club. We can deal with the PR of it. You don't have to get Javi now, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think I think Don Carlo is good enough to hold it down till the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go have a conversation with Chabi, and say, "Yo, you're a club legend. You've won a league in your league, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at all of
Yeah.
this, bro. We keep making excuses for people. Xavi Alonso won the bloody league with a relegation team,
Yeah,
unbeaten.
unbeaten. Yeah,
Those are good things, bro.
in
Those are
his
things
first
that
season, no, in his first full season,
dude, in his first full season. And look at the
and
excuses World
people
bloody
are
making
still busy
for
making excuse for Ten Hag. Like
a
in his
seasoned
first
manager.
season, guys, in his
Like
first full season,
you can't
he
tell me
went
that,
unbeaten,
dude.
51 games unbeaten.
You
He
can't tell
broke
me
the
Bayer
Arsenal record,
Leverkusen were
51 games
better than
unbeaten.
us. You can't tell me
No.
Bayer Leverkusen were better than us when they were in relegation
And
battles.
somebody will tell you that, nah, he won't come to United. How about go and talk to him first?
Let him say
Go
no,
talk
bro.
to him first.
Just get the no
Because
in
he
writing.
will not come because he's a Liverpool player. Dude, you think all those people, they mind? They don't mind, man. They don't. But, man, it has been a great show, man. Vegeta, man. It has been a great show. Like, one thing about football, you can go on and on and on and on and on. You know, but big up to you, man. And guys, big up to everybody on the chat. Big up to Mark, man. Big up to football. Big up to Mitchell. Big up to Dean, Kepalans, Dennis. Big up to everybody, man.
Yeah, shout
Wow.
out to my people as well. Thank you for joining my first stream with Timber. Shout out to
Yeah.
Drex. Shout out to Artifact. Shout out to Luman. Thank you guys for your supporting this episode. I know it's episode 7, it's confusing. Go to
Yeah.
Timber Stream, you'll see the other episodes, and then from now on, you'll see on both channels, you'll see the same
Yeah,
episodes.
it's a nice one. It's a win-win. We are happy, man. But I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm dropping very soon. Let me just look freshen up and just come back online here for the Bayern Munich versus Barcelona's watch
Hey,
along.
bro, I got home and jumped on stream, so I need to go spend time with my wife, bro. I'm not trying to get in trouble with my marriage.
Ah, yeah, it's too early to get in trouble, dude.
Yay, bro, I need to
Man,
go.
my man, go have fun, man. I'll see you guys on the watch along stream, man. Thanks for
Cheers,
watching,
guys.
guys. Big up to everybody, man.
It's caught